Things. Good. You have this nice little balance, right? Band, solo record, band, some solo records, band, solo record.
Yeah, now, well, with Scream coming out, it'll be like solo record. So I'm sort of upsetting the whole thing.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Are you the kind of guy that needs to... Well, I would imagine that anybody who's in a band writes songs and then realizes that I have these songs that don't fit in my band, and that's the beginning of a solo career.
I feel like that's the truth. For me, when I was doing press for Temple of the Dog, which came out in 1991, I think, somebody asked me in an interview, they said, what is the difference between this and a Chris Cornell solo record? Because at the time, I was the best known person in that band and I had written most of the album. I had 7 or so songs written entirely that were songs I felt could be releasable, but that didn't fit with even my image of what my band Soundgarden should sound like. And that was a theme that always went on. I had tapes and tapes of like experimental music and songs that I did at home that weren't going to be songs that I used in the band that I was known for. And I would give them to friends at Christmas or just kind of play them for people, you know, and they're still sitting in a box I have at home.
You should just give them all to Celine Dion. You'll make $4 trillion. Record these songs and you'll be done, man.
That's a great idea. I'll carry them with me, and if I see her,
just hand
where
them
do you
over?
find her now? She's not in Vegas anymore.
She's not in Vegas. I'll make a call for you.
Thank you.
That's how we'll do it.
Thank you.
But listening to the Scream stuff, I can't imagine that you would ever even have thought of approaching any of the 2 bands you were in, saying, here's the record to make. Because, I mean, it's not a dance record, but it's kind of a dance record. And it's not a hip-hop record, but it's kind of a hip-hop record. But there's still, like, layers of Chris Cornell vocals. And I thought, holy shit, how did you come up with these songs and think, what do I do now?
Well, this goes back a ways, I think. You know, when I first started hearing beat-based music or music where there were loops or samples, it wasn't all just in the hip-hop world. You heard it in kind of a little bit in the indie world as well. And in Seattle, where I grew up, there was also a hip-hop show on cable access that was once a week. It was 1 hour. They never played the same video twice. They never played a video by anyone I'd ever heard of and have never heard of since. And from that point on, I started thinking about the idea of, at some point, making an album where it can be drum loops and samples and more beat-based and just something that I wanted to experiment with.
Mm-hmm.